Guys, hello again and welcome. It's Ollie, the Tea Guru, back at you once again with another review. We've been all over the place recently. We've been looking at black teas, oolong teas, white teas and green teas, but we are back on the Puerh. Today we're taking a closer look at the 200 gram Yibang dashu cake taken from our most recent dashu range. Alright, so I've prepared 7 grams of this lovely tea, and this will be going straight into our pot here. Changing things up slightly. I normally use my little guy one, but hey, let's give this pot a go. So people will say, and very rightly so, that using a ceramic pot over a guy one is not a fair crack at a whip for a tea if you want to explore the tea for its true nature. And that's because a ceramic pot is porous. It will take on board a lot of the characteristics of a tea that is brewed up in it before. So I've had this teapot for a while now. I've probably had over 40 sessions in it. So that the clay has actually taken on board some of the flavours of the raw Puerh tea that I've been brewing up in it. However, I don't believe that it's going to disguise the tea too much. It will enhance it slightly. If one were to use a gaiwan like this to brew up their tea, it would reflect everything, the good and the bad, back into the cup. So you do have a better judge for a tea to know exactly what it's like comparing it to brewing up via a ceramic. Alright, so this being a raw Puerh, I'm going to be using water straight off the boil, super hot. This clay pot as well is going to keep in a lot of that heat, and heat is what we need to bring out the best qualities of this tea. I'm going to be drinking from a little gaiwan today. The colour of the wash is really nice. It's a deep yellow. A touch of fruitiness in the aroma. So I really like dashu. Dashu is a great sort of middleman with Puerh. See, not everyone can afford to get out the gushu every day. Dashu still represents really good value for money, with some excellent characteristics as well. See, even on the first infusion, I've got a lovely deep yellow colour. I think on next steepings I'm going to use a little less water because it's just completely brimming the cup. Okay, first infusion, cheers. So even on the first infusion, I've got a lovely balance of astringency and bitterness coming through. That touch of fruit, even with the first infusion, it's there. And I'm drinking this quite hot. I'm going to wait a little bit longer till it gets down to maybe 70 degrees or something, just so I can experience more of that flavour. I think what's also coming through with that wonderful kind of low but satisfying bitterness and astringency is also a lovely baseline of minerality. It's starting to set the tone. The flavour isn't coming out straight away, but hey, it's a dashu. This is only infusion number 1, so think of kind of licking a wet stone. It might not be that intense, but the minerality is sort of pointing towards that sort of way. Coupled with that backbone of astringency and bitterness. Lightly, very nice foundations. This is exactly what I want to see for a first infusion. Very good. Almost kind of milky and creamy as well at the same time. Round 2. So as much as I love Iwu region, there are some critics that will say it's too girly. Well, hey, I know what they're getting at with the flavour. It can be quite light. When you're talking about gushu from Iwu, I'd say it's anything but girly. The gushu could be so hard hitting. But flavour-wise, yeah, it can be light. I think that personally, I really dig Yibang and Bang Dong for being a bit of an all-rounder. They're quite all-rounder in terms of they're not too strong, they're not too brash. They've still got that. They've still got the light, fruity, floral notes with solid backbone of astringency and bitterness as well. I think that Yibang and Bang Dong have really lovely backbone, but very expressive floral and fruity characteristics. So personally, if I had desert island tea regions that I could take with me on an island, and that's all I could ever drink forevermore, I think it would be a Bang Dong or a Yibang tea. For those reasons. Round 2. More bitterness. More astringency. Peach, apricot coming through very quickly on the front, folds back and enhances on the finish. Aftertaste there already on infusion 2. It's incredible. You know, fair enough, I'm using 7 grams, not too much water, so I've got quite a high leaf to water ratio, but I think I prefer to do this when I'm reviewing a tea for you guys, so I can really push the tea out a little bit more to show its characteristics and sort of to overemphasize it for myself. So you may not brew this tea out at the same water leaf ratio as me. Feel free to do so. It's going to be more powerful, more in your face. But hey, you know. So lots of minerality, lots of, I'd say bitterness is I wouldn't say creeping up, it's stomping up. Bitterness is probably hitting 5, 6 out of 10. But our aftertaste as well. Coupled with the sort of the fruity floral taste, there is a vegetal note there as well, lingering around. So it's pushing out some real complexity here on only the second infusion. Very tasty and strong. So I just plucked out a leaf from the top of the teapot on infusion 2. Pretty little thing, huh? I'm getting chi now as well. Chi's coming through. I mean, you know, this is brewing up pretty strong. An Iwu chi would be more sort of meditative and relaxing. This is kind of borderlands to Iwu, but the chi wouldn't really suggest that. It's quite energetic. It's quite in your face. Consistency is quite smooth, not super smooth, midway. So a little creamy, semi-smooth. It's definitely not thin, but definitely not super smooth. That bitterness is just pushing. Infusion 3, very quick steep, methinks. You definitely don't need to push this one out too much. It's giving stuff up. Round 3, cheers. More milky. And I still had, just before I started drinking, I still had that bitterness, good bitterness, clinging to the palate. You know, maybe up to 5 minutes after I was drinking the last infusion, so it's clinging on there. Yibang has this signature kind of fruity floral flavour. It's one of those regions that is quite a signature taste, and you know if you're drinking Yibang, whether it is Yibang or not. And no exception in this tea whatsoever. It's got a lovely, bright, floral, fruity flavour. I really waited probably 3 or 4 seconds before pouring on this one, and it is noticeable. It's not so in your face, it's more relaxed and more chilled. Still a really nice, milky, smooth texture, and just really a very satisfying, balanced tea. This tea's going for it's something like 43.50 for 200 grams. The price will be going up very soon. Alright guys, sitting on infusion 4 for the 2018 Spring Yibang, and I want to show you the leaves after 4 infusions. So this is what we're looking at. Wonderful dashu leaves. So all in all, a great all-rounder for a raw pu'er for me. It's got a great balance of minerality, astringency and bitterness, and that wonderful signature floral, fruity aftertaste, and a clinging bitterness that will just stay on your palate during the infusion. It's a really good tea. Thank you very much for stopping by, people, and please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out. So until next time, people, happy cupping. See you on the next episode.